Hello, Logan Keister here. Here again with my good friend the Rose. I'm a gardener here at Bastyr University and a herbalist for my own company, No Type Botanica. So yeah, today we're going to talk about seed saving. So you may see all these beautiful roses growing all around the place and you're like, no, I'd really love to have these kind of roses growing at my house. Or maybe you just want to grow roses elsewhere, and give them out to your friends or to your family, and just really appreciate these wild plants that grow around us. These are part of our native roses, so it's really good to spread these seeds and make sure that we have more for future generations. So when I'm saving seed, it's really a simple process. I just take a nice ripe one right here. This is a rose hip. So this is the fruit of the rose. And if I start pulling it apart, I can squish it out. Oh yeah, look at that. And all those little fuzzy seeds. So I just take those and I separate the seeds from all that mash. So once I get all the seeds separated, I could just throw out all this gushy red stuff, but actually this is part of the medicine too. This is really high in vitamin C. You can make tea from it. You can use it in your food. There's one thing, make sure to filter it first, because there's lots of little hairs in there, and if you drink too many or eat too many of those hairs, you're gonna get an itchy butt. And it's not the worst thing in the world, you'll survive, but you'll have itchy butt just for a little bit, so it's not the worst. It's not the end of the world, but just something to be aware of. But you should still consume this, because this is good food, this is good medicine, high in vitamin C, high in antioxidants, sour, cooling, good for the soul. Who was it? Christopher Headley, the late great herbalist. He used to say, some people say roses are for love, but he said that's what they really are for, is learning to love yourself. So that is why it's good to take this medicine. All right, so then once I get all these seeds taken care of, I have them in this little paper towel, and I'm just going to store them in an area that has good airflow. So, just making sure that they're able to dry out for a while, an area that's not going to be too wet or too hot, or too cold. And I'm just going to let it dry out for, maybe a month or something like that. And then once the seeds seem thoroughly dry and I'm not worried about them being too moist, then I'm just going to simply put them in a little envelope, like a nice paper envelope works really well, or a plastic bag, and just store them in a cool, dry place, and keep them out of sunlight and keep them out of intense heat. And just in your sock drawer or your desk drawer, I think it's really fine. And then you can take these seeds and germinate them later on in the spring when you're looking to get some more roses in your garden, or to share with your friends and family.